Good evening, Becker families, and welcome to Back to School Night. As I was going over my notes for this evening, I realized that my opening line last year was, welcome to Becker's first and hopefully last virtual Back to School Night. And here we are, an entire year later, still looking at our computer screens. Although disappointed that you are all not here in the building with me, I do have hope that we will be together again very soon. Although I am not going to predict when that will be because I don't want to jinx it. Before I go over some announcements and reminders for this school year, I am going to pass my screen to some of the fabulous Emmanuel colleagues of mine that I'm so lucky to work with. First, we will hear from Rabbi Pam SIlk.
Good evening, everybody. I'm so delighted to be joining you, and I'm so glad that you are joining us, yes, on this Back to School Night Zoom, but also that you're just part of our community and joining us at Becker this year. Becker is without question one of the crown jewels of Congregation Emmanuel, and we are so proud of its outstanding program. But without question, what makes our school truly extraordinary is the amazing Becker staff and the faculty. We are beyond blessed by their capability, their skills, their love, and their talents. They are truly excellent at what they do, and you are lucky for having chosen this place as the place where your children will come to learn. Being part of Becker means that you're not just part of a school community now, but you're part of Congregation Emmanuel. So whether you're a member of our congregation or not, whether you're Jewish or not, our temple clergy and staff is here for you. We want to remind you to never hesitate to call on us. If you have a joy to share or a struggle that you need help with, we are all here for you. You're now part of our community. Thank you for being a part of us and sharing your greatest blessings with our community. We are indeed better because you are a part of us. I hope you enjoy the rest of the evening, and now invite David Lamden.
Thank you, Rabbi SIlk. I am David Lamden, the Executive Director of the Congregation, and also so happy to be here with you this evening. I have to echo Sarah's comments. I never thought we would be saying second annual virtual Back to School Night, but here we are doing just that. In fact, I was looking at my remarks from last year, and I shared, virtually speaking, my door is always open to you. So this year, I guess I want to offer that both virtually and as much as in person as it can be, my door is always open to you. You can find my contact information on the website. And just as Rabbi SIlk said, please never be shy about reaching out if there is something that I can do to assist you or anyone else on the staff. Looking back, I also spent a great deal of time last year talking about our COVID response, things like plexiglass and cleaning and whatnot. I do want you to know that that the same task force that was working last year is still in existence. It is made up of professionals from the synagogue, key lay leaders from the synagogue, and medical advisors. We continue to watch the weekly trends, and we make adjustments where and when they are needed, prioritizing the safety of your children and the others in the building. Just let me also call out the fact that I am aware, we are all really aware that some of the things that we ask are inconvenient and some are, bordering uncomfortable. But I do thank you in advance for your cooperation with our policies, our staff, and our security personnel. I promise that every one of these measures are in place in order to prioritize safety. Since school has already begun, I probably don't need to tell you just how amazing the Becker team is, beginning with our incredible teachers who lovingly work with your children daily, all the way up to the administrative team who make sure that things are running smoothly. You should feel confident that you have chosen the right school. I want to end by saying that we are all in this together, and that if we continue doing our individual parts to stay safe and healthy, Becker is going to have a smooth and wonderful year. And I also want to thank you for entrusting us with your children. Have a wonderful evening.
Thank you, David. And now Stefani Carlson, who is our Director of Congregational Learning, will share a few thoughts.
Thank you, Sarah. I am Stefani Carlson, and I have the great honor and privilege of serving this congregation as Director of Congregational Learning and of working very closely with Sarah, particularly around the area of the Jewish education part of the learning that happens at Becker. We have a really exciting Jewish values curriculum that we share between the two schools this year, between the Becker School and our Helfman Religious School, our supplementary school for older children. And we are really excited to be one big learning community here at Congregation Emmanuel. And so I want to echo what Rabbi SIlk said, that no matter whether you are a member of Congregation Emmanuel or not, or whether you are Jewish or not, you are part of our Becker School Kehila Kedosha, our holy community. And that is the Jewish value that we're going to be exploring this first quarter here at Becker. What does it mean to be part of a Kehila Kedosha? What does it mean to be part of a community, and particularly of a holy community here, like here at Emmanuel? And I want you all to know that as parents, you are also part of our Kehila Kedosha. And as Rabbi SIlk said, and as David said, and as Sarah said, our doors are always open to you, whether figuratively or, or through the phone or the email. But anytime you have questions or things that you're thinking about and you want to share those with us, please do be in touch. We learn from each other. We are one learning community, and we love learning from our students and their parents just as much as we love having them learn from us and their teachers. So welcome. We are so glad you are here, and we hope to get to speak with each of you soon.
Thank you, Stefani. And finally, the very fabulous Becker PTO President, Toni Wilson.
Thank you, Sarah. My name again is Antoinette Toni Wilson, but feel free to call me Toni. This is my 5th year at Becker, and I have a pre-K student right now, and it's at the school, and another daughter that just graduated from the first kindergarten class last year. My youngest started in young toddlers, and my oldest started in the 2s. So I certainly understand where many of you new parents, who is the first time sending your kids to school, I've sat in your shoes before. And actually, I remember sitting at this meeting in person, hearing David's reassuring words after Hurricane Harvey. So I just want to let you know that this is not the school's first rodeo dealing with difficult challenges, and we just have very smart and capable leadership who's going to do everything they can to keep our kids safe. So with that, I am this year's PTO president, and I've served in the PTO every year since I've been here, and it's because it's just a wonderful community. So I would just encourage, especially new families, to plug in. You'll be receiving information shortly from the school about the plethora of opportunities for you to plug in. And we have lots of different things depending on your schedule and your availability and your season of life. But we hope that you will find ways to plug in. For example, one of the ways that we support our amazing teachers and staff is through like teacher appreciation lunches and other roles like the room parents, which I'll plug before I say goodbye. We also help provide wonderful experiences for our kids, such as the beloved transportation fair, which we hope will be able to do this year, as well as support our community through caring and giving through the Tzedakah committee. So lots of opportunities. You'll hear lots about them. You'll get a link and there'll be descriptions so you can choose what works best for your schedule and availability. And we'll be looking for chairs as well. But also wanted to just plug a very special committee that's near and dear to my heart called the Room Parents, and they'll specifically support the teachers in their classroom work. So if you need to reach me, you'll get information as well with that, but it's beckerpto@gmail.com. Again, it's Toni, and I look forward to seeing you on Fridays at pickup or at other school activities.
Thank you so much, Toni. And we are so appreciative of the Becker PTO and all of the parents that are involved. And as Toni said, there's a job for everyone. So whether you work from home, out of the home, there is a way to get involved and help support Becker. And we love you so much for choosing to do that. So thank you so much, Toni. Now for a few announcements and reminders. I'm going to start off with the very fun and exciting Becker sick policy. When we reopened Becker last year, after having to be closed for 6 months, the goal was to keep our program a healthy in-person school environment. We learned very quickly that virtual learning is not conducive to very young children. In order to have in-person learning, we often have to take extreme measures, which is where a sick policy does come into place. We simply cannot have sick children at school. So as you have seen in the sick policy and also in the parent handbook, any child with symptoms of COVID-19 must stay home. Also, if anyone in your household is awaiting test results for COVID-19, we really need you to keep your child home until you get those results. All of the policy on when a child can return to school can be found in the parent handbook, so make sure you check that out. Please remember that our partnership is vital in keeping our students and staff healthy. Each one of us play a critical role in maintaining a safe and healthy environment. So I appreciate you guys. I know it is often very inconvenient and can be hard to keep your little ones home. I get it. I've got them at home too, and so I know, and we really do appreciate you. On to carpool. Now that we are getting into the rhythm of school, I'm sure you have all noticed that carpool is running a lot smoother. So we really thank you guys for your patience the first week. I know those first couple of days, it takes a little bit of time to get into that rhythm, but we're getting into it. And so we're very, very happy about that. A couple of reminders. We ask that parents please wear a mask when we are checking in your children and checking them out. We also ask that you please end all phone calls before you get into the carpool line. If that means you need to pull over before pulling into the line to finish up a phone call, please do that. Your little ones are so excited to see you, and sometimes they're a little bit sad to say goodbye in the morning. And so we want to make sure that they get the full attention they deserve when dropping off and when picking up. This year, we made the switch from Remini to ProCare, which is our online platform for checking in, checking out, communications, photos, all of those fun things. We feel very lucky to be able to offer this for you guys. The main purpose of ProCare is for check-in and check-out and communicating with your teachers. The biggest perk of ProCare is all of those amazing photos and videos you get of your precious children. Please know that our teachers' #1 priority is watching and teaching your children during the school day. So if you don't see a bunch of photos of your kids, they will come. The teachers usually post them in the afternoon. Sometimes they don't get photos of every single child, and that's okay. It's because they're spending time with your child. If you ever want to check in during the school day and just see how your child is doing and you haven't seen a picture on ProCare, you can always pick up the phone and call. I am more than happy to pop into any classroom and check on your little ones for you. Finally, before we send you off to meet with your teachers in your classroom Zoom, I want to leave you with just a few words. I don't think any one of us could have predicted that we would still be living in this COVID-19 world that continues to disrupt many of our normal daily routines. But this is where early childhood educators thrive. In the same way that we create thoughtful, beautiful lesson plans and then have to throw everything out the window and rework it all in a moment's notice, because of the ever-changing needs of our students, we are doing the same thing now with this pandemic. We continue to adapt and do whatever it is we need to do to make sure your children are thriving. So I just want to thank each and every one of you so much for trusting us with your children's emotional, spiritual, and cognitive well-being. Trust me when I say we've got this. Thank you so much for joining us this evening. Please head on over to your classroom Zooms in the next 20 to 30-ish minutes. You all have a time and a Zoom link that you can click on.